Hello everyone and now welcome to a 2v2 matchup between KraV Starbuck going up against DonSenilo and CH1LLeR. We see Dr. Bucky here spawning, or as Starbuck spawning here as an orange human. Let's go ahead and slow things down as we are already nearing that 2-minute mark. This is on King and Country version 1.3, and now that I look at this map, I realize I don't think I've cast many games, if any games, on this particular map here. We can already look at KraV opening up and purposely building his buildings in a way where you have to go through this narrow choke point in order to get inside. Meanwhile, positioning from the far side here, if you want to try and walk around it or walk through these trees here, you can in fact do so with a much wider opening. But, well, then you could possibly have your back exposed to Dr. Bucky, who is, well, Starbuck. DonSenilo has spawned as the yellow, or as the night elf, off over here on the bottom right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, CH1LLeR is over here on the bottom left. All right, already teching the tier 2. CH1LLeR opening up with Farseer grunts instead of Farseer headhunters, as we're looking at a Stormbolt go down under the grunt here. Meanwhile, Starbuck has opened up with Rifleman Mountain King. Not something that I see very often in a 1v1 matchup, as we see the Rifleman purposely getting in the way, and now CH1LLeR going to be losing a low grunt early on. Farseer trying to finish off this Spirit Wolf. Rifleman trying to retreat away, not going to be able to do exactly that, as the Farseer and, well, the Farseer and Mountain King, both sides exchanging a bit of blows. Spirit Wolves purposely staying close by, trying to create a little bit of an opening. Are they going to be able to do exactly that? No, CH1LLeR may be forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal, and forced he is, as another peasant is going to end up getting taken down. Oftentimes early on, I've heard people ask me, is it better to burn through the Scroll of Town Portal that costs 350 gold, or is it better to use the better to just let him die and resurrect? As an orc player, well, getting those hit points back off of a Voodoo Lounge, really not that difficult. And what's more important is that you got to remember, Warcraft 3 and all real-time strategy games are a game of seconds. Losing your Farseer for an early 20 or 30 seconds early on takes away from a bit of the creeping time and hero level that CH1LLeR could have been doing. He opted to let it die and get it back into the game as quickly as possible, so that even though he's only at 39-40 hit points, he is still able to regenerate a bit of hit points and get a bit of experience, as the Voodoo Lounge should be nearing completion. Coming back to the other side here, DonSenilo, well, with a Panda first, so a Panda Archer matchup, not what I was expecting either, as he picks up a Wand of the Wind, Mantle of Intelligence, and Claws of Attack +5. All right, this game has already gone into some strange categories. KraV is also going for a Paladin, as Starbuck went for the Mountain King. So this is Paladin rifles with Mountain King rifles. Where is the possible front line? DonSenilo and CH1LLeR, both of them, well, we are looking at Berserker strength, or Brute strength, to give bonus damage onto those grunts with a 100-point hit point increase. All right, Rifleman, peasants off over here. An expansion could be getting underway. Panda sitting at level 3. Breath of Fire at level 2 can really blow things over onto all of these units, as, well, Drunken Haze could also, well, cause them to miss their targets quite a bit. Coming back around, Farseer is sitting at level 2, getting closer to level 3. Grunt is sitting at 800 hit points already. I believe Berserker strength is already done, and now base strength 21 to 24 damage, greatly increasing the amount of damage these grunts do and just making them overall that much more effective. Level 2 Holy Light Paladin, also with a Health Stone and Gauntlets of Ogre Strength +3, increasing his overall hit points and being able to keep this army alive as well. We could also see KraV and Starbuck go for the strategy of getting into Blood Mages on both of their heroes early, as we see a quick Cyclone on to one of the Paladins, or onto the Paladin. The Paladin is quickly Cyclone, and with that, could run into a little bit of problems. Chain Lightning bouncing around, Rifleman trying to get away. Paladin is actually in quite a difficult of a situation. There goes a Stomp the other way as well, as we now see the riflemen trying to all retreat. Breath of Fire catching one of those units once more. A new rifleman trying to purposely block the path of the Pit Lord, as DonSenilo, with both the Panda and the Pit Lord, getting all of his heroes from the tavern. Arcane Tower quickly going to remove some of that precious mana from that Pit Lord. Pit Lord trying to finish things off here. KraV is going to try and retreat back. What is going down? Panda looking to finish off that Rifleman. Rifleman could end up getting saved. Stormbolt perhaps onto the Panda, and that Panda is going to end up staying alive. All right, Pit Lord sees a bunch of delicious targets to try and finish off. Will he get that one unit? Yes, he does. Gets another Rifleman there. Stormbolt onto the Panda. Panda could be in trouble trying to get away. Gets a bash in the back as well, as we're looking at Siphon mana into the Mountain King. Mountain King could end up getting a Stormbolt, now using a Scroll of Town Portal to head away. Paladin coming back the other side here. Little bit of damage. There is a bit of stomp as the units are retreating back, and this narrow choke walkway actually going to benefit CH1LLeR here if he can actually remove these Spirit Wolves. Nope, instead going after a surrounded Rifleman first. That is quite a bit of damage right there. Spirit Wolves getting quite a bit of damage. There is another Holy Light. He may actually trade a Grunt for a Rifleman right there, as Scroll of Speed being used. Is that Rifleman going to get taken down? Yes, he is. Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain could be in trouble. Tauren Chieftain now throws down a Stomp as well, as the Mountain King does have enough mana. All right, Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain now down to 105 hit points. A little bit more damage. Mountain King is right behind. Could throw down another Stormbolt again, as the Blood Mage has been funneling mana, and down goes the Tauren Chieftain there. Beautiful, beautiful use of Siphon mana and that Mountain King to constantly get more and more. Oh, a lucky bash right there. Mountain King looking to get in a little bit more again. Let's see, Farseer down to 69. Are we going to be looking at a Stormbolt here? A Stormbolt, yeah, Stormbolt, but no Siphon mana from the Blood Mage, as he was completely out of mana, unable to get the final shot off. And now the Farseer getting body blocked by his own wolves, as the Mountain King, I don't know if he got the experience or if those dire wolves were able to get the denial. All right, it looks like it wasn't a denial, since it would have had that little blue or red exclamation mark. Meanwhile, Mountain King, Blood Mage, level 3, level 1, pushing back the other way. Paladin with Rifleman trying to push back some Shaman and some Grunts, as we're looking at a little bit of time to regroup. KraV does have an expansion up and running. I don't believe there is an expansion anywhere else set up here on the map, and that could spell problems for DonSenilo and or CH1LLeR. Purge onto the Paladin. Paladin does have a get out of jail free card. Is he going to use it? That is the question. Quickly uses the get out of jail free card here. There is a Stomp here. A bunch of Riflemen could get teleported out. Farseer falls at level 3 though, as there's just so much action going on around the map all over the place. Stormbolt finding another Shaman right there, and the Mountain King of, Starbuck able to do plenty. Mountain King Blood Mage, and we are looking at a Paladin. Does KraV have a Blood Mage? I wish there was a proper interface for 2v2s. Difficult to keep track of everything here. Paladin sitting at level 3, looking to clear up against these Forest Trolls once more. We're looking at a level 2 Blood Mage. Could it get up to level 3? Unholy Aura on that Mountain King, who also has a Helm of Valor, additional strength and agility. Coming back through, Paladin looking to retreat back here. KraV's army looking actually rather small, 46 over 54 compared to 49 over 66. He's going up against 48 over 51 and 48 over 50. Army sizes are about the same until you realize that KraV does have additional workers at his expansion, thereby making his army actually significantly smaller. All right, coming back the other way, we are looking at the Pit Lord. Does have Orb of Venom. The Orb of Venom debuff only hits one target though, as you see multiple peasants getting taken down. And now KraV losing his expansion. KraV now down to 42 supply, training up more Riflemen as well, as his tech to tier 2 is underway. DonSenilo and CH1LLeR doing a great job staying together, moving together, and finishing off and finding their opponent, as we see a drunken... Nope, I thought we were going to see a Drunken Haze. We do not. We see there's the Drunken Haze. No Breath of Fire. Mana completely gone. In comes a Stomp. Tauren Chieftain tries to throw down, use that Lightning Shield to great effect. Are we going to see Lightning Shield be applied to multiple other units? No, we don't there. Mountain King not going to get taken out, as the Tauren Chieftain's Lightning Shield, all of those units were able to back up again. DonSenilo also has or the Dawn, I'm going to call them, also has a lot of Druids of the Claw. They could go into Master mode, into into Bear mode here in just a second. Are they going to go into Beast mode? Nope, there's a quick rejuvenation. There is a Bear, but that Bear already down to 500 some odd hit points as we're looking at the units trying to retreat back. All right, little bit of healing going on. Shaman, Voodoo Lounge being placed down by Chiller. There's a big roar. That's going to be a big damage bonus indeed, as we now see Howl of Terror going across multiple Riflemen. Riflemen not going to be able to deal as much damage, but it looks as though the debuff has come to an end. Peons are also here as well. What are the Peons looking to do? No Spirit Link to try and spread out all of that damage, as the Dawn is just using Breath of Fire across multiple Riflemen to add up more damage. Scroll of Regeneration and also Lightning Shield, adding up more damage to all of these poor Riflemen who are just trying to retreat back. Dawn now finally out of mana on that Brewmaster, but does have a potion of mana to try and add things up a little bit more, and the Tauren Chieftain still continuing this push again and again. Peons are in position, trying to push back the other way. Level 3 now on that Pit Lord, as the Farseer looks to finish off the Mountain King and or Blood Mage. Starbuck trying to retreat back again. Paladin also in a little bit of trouble. Tauren Chieftain now continuing to make its way forward. Holy Light onto the Mountain King, as he does have Unholy Aura. Stormbolt onto a Grunt takes him down. Grunt very close to level 5 here. Could perhaps go after that. Well, Druid of the Claw, no such luck right there, as the Mountain King continuing to throw down Stormbolts. Needs a little bit more mana to stick in this fight, as the Panda loses all of his mana once more. Farseer now sitting at level 4. Level 2 Chain Lightning could make quite a big deal. In comes a Stomp right there. There's Lightning Shield, as the Tauren Chieftain can just add up damage by walking next to all of these units, as Siphon Mana now comes in. Chain Lightning across the entire back line of KraV could deal terrible damage, but the Farseer is just too far away or not committed enough to try and do anything like that as of yet. Siphon Mana going back in the other way. A lot of low hit point Spellbreakers in the front line. Stormbolt onto a Druid of the Claw, and he doesn't even get into Druid form. That 5-second stun lasting, well, long enough for the Spellbreakers to finish off that unit. Continuing that fight, Pit Lord looking to finish off more units here. Are we going to look at a Stomp here? Tauren Chieftain now out of mana again. Druid of the Claw continuing to move through. Holy Light finishing off the Pit Lord. Remembering that Holy Light deals damage to undead units. And, well, technically the Pit Lord is a demon, but it counts as undead here in WarCraft 3. Panda, Scroll of Town Portal at 28 hit points, able to survive. Pit Lord would have been near death, as all of those units are retreating back here. Farseer and the Tauren Chieftain, without a get out of jail free card, may try and retreat back here. There's a Clarity Potion onto that Farseer, and where are these units perhaps going to try and travel to next? That Voodoo Lounge is not going to be long for this world. Spellbreakers having to be very careful going up against these dire wolves, as those dire wolves do in fact have a bit of critical strike damage. Level 5, Level 3, and Level 1, Starbuck now opting to go for a Paladin third. So we're going to have 2 Paladins, a Level 1 and a Level 4 variety. As KraV, is he still only on a single hero? It does appear so. All right, so single hero for the Paladin of KraV. We'll be able to get off some easy Holy Lights. Devotion Aura here. Meanwhile, we are looking at Divine. Most likely we'll have Divine Shield on Starbuck's Paladin, as well as the Rifleman with 1/1 upgrades, and Spellbreakers with 0/1 upgrades get into position. Farseer at 4, Tauren Chieftain at 3, Panda at 4, nearly level 5. Pit Lord sitting at 3, nearly level 4, as the units are now making their way back off to the north. Where are these units going to perhaps try and travel off to next, as we are getting 2-0 upgrades or 2-1 upgrades on those Riflemen? KraV has not shown any signs to go to Tier 3. Starbuck is already at Tier 3, but hasn't really, besides from the hero, doesn't really have anything to show for it. Now the Mountain King going to finish off the remainder of this creep camp, and the Paladin does have a Tome of Retraining. The Tome of Retraining could end up becoming a Thunderclap given to the Mountain King for Thunderclap, as that would work out rather well. Tauren Chieftain comes across here, gets in a giant stomp, trying to finish off more of these units, as a low hit point knight already down to 400 hit points. Is it going to end up being saved? That is the question there, as it is down to 178 hit points. There's a Holy Light to try and save it, but a Purge going to quickly make that difficult there. Scroll of Town Portal. KraV comes in with a handful of Riflemen and that Paladin. Is this going to be enough to deter everything else as a Breath of Fire comes across, and now Lightning Shield coming in as well? All right, in comes a Flame Strike damage across their Scroll of Healing to try and counteract the Flame Strike already, as the Blood Mage is level 2 Flame, or level 1 Flame Strike. Not enough to finish off any of those casters. Cloak of Shadows being left behind here. Tauren Chieftain trying to still find a proper way to get some damage in. Are we going to see a Stomp here? Looking to get some extra damage with that Lightning Shield, trying to find some more damage as another Flame Strike goes down, finishing off a lot of the blue units of CH1LeR and DonSenilo. Units are still trying to retreat back. Level 4 Blood Mage still sitting there. Tauren Chieftain has to be very careful. Wand of Mana Stealing being used again as the Mountain King could cause some problems. Blood Mage falls at level 4. Holy Light onto the Mountain King, trying to save a little while longer, down to 12 or back up to 1200 some odd hit points, and not really in any danger to fall as of yet. Chain Lightning bouncing around, finding a couple of easy targets. Rifleman able to escape away at 12 hit points. Breath of Fire could finish off that unit right there. Is it going to try and go for it? No, doesn't go for it, as that Rifleman is going to end up being able to survive. Mountain King gets a lucky bash onto the Brewmaster. Brewmaster trying to retreat away again. As we're looking at 35 supply coming in from Starbuck, 23 supply coming in, 23 and also, well, 25. Everyone low on army supply. In comes another giant stomp here. Are the units going to be able to retreat back? Farseer looking okay. Holy Light between the two paladins being able to save, as the Pit Lord uses a Cloak of Shadows and is able to head back home. All right, Cloak of Shadows being able to head back home right there. Staff of Preservation, as DonSenilo was still trying to make a little bit of a play. Tauren Chieftain now looking to back up. Panda currently invisible. Not quite sure when it will decide to make another appearance here, as he stands just absolutely still. Peon about to get taken down. Finally gets taken down there. Paladin sitting at level 5. Scroll of Regeneration and Clarity Potion once more being used. CH1LeR, DonSenilo looking to, well, perhaps try and regroup. Scrolls of Healing. Are we going to have a battle over here at the Fountain of Health? Or it's not the Fountain, of the Goblin Merchant Shop. Units are trying to retreat back. Mountain King could be able to perhaps get off a level 3 Thunderclap, slow all of those frontline units down, and perhaps try to add in more damage. There is no Arcane Tower at the expansion, surprisingly, as the Panda comes across with a Breath of Fire, finding multiple and casters who are in trouble. Another low hit point Sorceress able to retreat back. Panda looking to get in more damage. There is a Chain Lightning bouncing around multiple targets, as well Riflemen are getting finished off. Chain Lightning coupled with Breath of Fire really adds up damage rather quickly, and that seems to be what DonSenilo and CH1LeR's strategy happens to be. Tauren Chieftain still wandering around here, this battle of attrition, both sides slowly suffering damage, slowly taking damage here, as we see a Siphon Mana from that Pit Lord. Pit Lord, using Cloak of Shadows to break that Siphon Mana, doing a great job once more. Siphon Mana back into that, or sorry, taken away from that Panda, as the Panda now looks to try and stop the expansion of Starbuck. Still, battle raging on through here. More peasants trying to get added in. Pit Lord is in position. There's a Howl of Terror, but only affecting the Riflemen and the heroes. Spellbreaker is completely immune, as the frontline Bear is now getting into a little bit of trouble after a Thunderclap slow. Drew to the Claw getting saved after a Rejuvenation, may be able to rejoin back in onto the battle here, as we're looking at more Dire Wolves continuing the pressure to finish off some of those late signed Riflemen. Mountain King, well, sitting at level 5. We're looking at a Pit Lord down to level 10, or down to 10 hit points, getting taken down. And now Starbuck, is he going to be able to get to level 6? There goes level 6. There's a heal right there. And the Mountain King does have Avatar. It is currently on cooldown. Mountain King has enough mana for the Avatar. Instead, goes for another level 3 Thunderclap. And Starbuck has been able to just really rein in all of the damage here, as multiple grunts are very low on hit points and could get taken down very easily. Mountain King trying to make its way back over. You're looking at a bunch of grunts and peons trying to fight here. Mountain King getting purged. Are we going to be looking at a Thunderclap here? Yes. The Wolf is going to get taken down. Holy Light trying to save. A Grunt is going to get lost. Mountain King still gaining more experience, as KraV's Paladin is nearly at level 6. Level 6 Paladin could open up for Resurrection. And, well, resurrecting units out here onto the battlefield is a great resource recovery, as ultimate ability is just outside here. All right, Drew to the Claw about to get taken down. Peasants are trying to retreat back. Level 6 now on that Paladin, who most likely has Resurrection. No easy way to try and keep track of that yet. All right. 420 mana on the high end. KraV looking to perhaps get some max mana into that upcoming fight, as we could be looking at a resurrection here. Is there corpses anywhere out on the map? There's one corpse, two corpses. Difficult to tell whose is whose, though. Is he going to try and go for it? Nope, no way to really tell how many units would be resurrected at this time. All right, Paladin nearing back up to full mana. Meanwhile, down to the south here, Farseer, Tauren Chieftain both sitting at level 4. Farseer will get to level 5. And, well, CH1LLeR and DonSenilo looking to perhaps close up this gap here that they've they've found themselves in. Main expansions have already been mined out, so what we see is mining for Starbuck at the 12 o'clock location. Meanwhile, DonSenilo, moving very slowly with the Tree of Eternity, does not have Nature's Blessing and may not be able to root for quite a while longer. All right, this is all going to be very impactful in the game here, as that slow walk, well, is something to try and overcome. Militia now trying to retreat back. 45 supply for the Night Elf. 32 supply going up against 61 supply and 28. KraV actually in a little bit of trouble. He needs to try and build up his army once more. Rock Golem, Blood Mage, siphon mana away from the Deceiver. Looks awfully lot like an Acolyte. Mountain King sitting at level 6 with Unholy Aura. We're looking at a 6-4-3. Blood Mages nearly at level 5, as they may be making their way down. Meanwhile, what is CH1LLeR doing? CH1LLeR now making its way inside the main base of KraV. KraV may end up losing this here. Meanwhile, Peasants are doing a little bit of long-distance walking. Panda now making its way off to the north here. There's an Arcane Tower here. Panda, are we going to see a Drunken Age Breath of Fire? No, just a Breath of Fire as he tries to break that link, that connection. And now, well, this Town Hall could end up getting taken down. All of that mana quickly lost once more. And now, well, Starbuck is actually in the similar situations as DonSenilo and CH1LLeR. They do not have any mining going on, and KraV is actually going to lose his base here as well. A couple of Peasants could easily get taken down. Pitlord trying to fight. Scroll of Town Portal being used. Where are these units going to try and perhaps engage off to? There's a Staff of Preservation for the save, coupled with the Scroll of Town Portal. Peasants down to the south here. Is it going to give any additional experience? Yes, Panda will get closer to level 6, but will not quite get there. Meanwhile, back off to the north here, Tauren Chieftain Farseer are now trying to retreat back the other way. That is a lot of peons, grunts, and shaman, but really not that big or threatening of an army. 45 over 70. All right, Tauren Chieftain needs to find the proper position here. Farseer going to use a Scroll of Town Portal. There's a Holy Light, as the units are still wandering around back and forth. We've reached a weird stage in this game. Dawn is going to be mining. Meanwhile, KraV and Starbuck, who has been mining throughout this game with the expansion, is now, well, expansionless and only able to do that Walk of Shame. Long distance mining, not very efficient at all, as the Mountain King getting into position. There is a control magic there. Dire Wolf, well, switching allegiance, as we do see full saturation for the Dawn expansion down to the south. Panda and double anti-magic potion may be given to another hero as well. There's a roar. There's some rejuvenation. Tauren Chieftain is invisible. And, well, this, well, initial starting location fight could be a big deal. 60 supply and 24 adds up to 82. 45 and 32, and what adds up to 77. So army sizes are still about the same. Meanwhile, though, we're looking at Starbuck still using this opportunity to continue to creep out relatively difficult creep camps to try and get, yes, level 5 on the Blood Mage. Level 2 Flame Strike is now one of the options as well, and that level 2 Flame Strike could add up much more damage as well. Paladin also gets up to level 4 and also has Immolation, the Cloak of Flames item. So all Starbuck needs to do is just dive onto the backside, pop a Divine Shield, and then deal large amounts of damage just by standing next to some of those units. How is Starbuck and KraV going to recover from this here? No sign of resurrection yet. Is it Devotion Aura level 3? Nope, just level 2. So it should be level 2 Devotion Aura. Wait, hold on, wait. Yep, level 2 Devotion Aura Resurrection here as the Bears and all of these units are getting ready for an engagement here. Paladin in that frontline spot. KraV going to come around and in comes the army. Knight's going to knock on the door of the Voodoo Lounge and things are going to go sideways as CH1LLeR could end up losing this right here. Tauren Chieftain amongst a sea of units. Is he going to be able to get off a big stomp? Yes, there is that stomp. There's that big stun. There's that Siphon Mana. Tauren Chieftain has an anti-magic potion. No vulnerability. Quickly uses that. Flame Strike right there. Blood Mage throwing down the Flame Strike once more. Are we going to see another anti-magic potion? Panda now trying to push back the other way. Dawn adding in the damage as well. Starbuck is trying to retreat back through this narrow corridor. And now finally, KraV and the rest of Starbuck's army is here. A little bit too little too late though, as KraV may try and stay alive here. Another stomp, but Chain Lightning still bouncing across multiple units. Lightning Shield adding in more damage. Breath of Fire. Blood Mage could be in some serious trouble as the Blood Mage gets healed at the last possible moment. Continuing the fight around, there's Resurrection. Multiple riflemen back onto the battlefield for KraV. And is that going to be enough to tip things in favor of KraV and Starbuck as the Pit Lord gets taken down? Lightning Shield still getting added in here. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4. He could get focused down if he is not careful as Earthstorm and Fire from Dawn now adding in and trying to counteract the avatar of vengeance or avatar of the Mountain King. Sorceresses are all still trying to retreat here. Are we going to see some more Holy Light? Yes, here does not have enough mana for a Chain Lightning. That entire back line position could actually be in a really tough spot, but the Farseer is currently out of mana as we're looking at the Spellbreakers trying to go after all of these peons here. A little bit of split damage once more. Farseer could try and rack up more damage onto some of those Spellbreakers again. Bears, there's a Thunderclap there. There's an anti-magic potion. Panda could be in trouble. Down to 84, 64 hit points. Cloak of Shadows used right there. At the anti-magic potion will save him there. Anti-magic potion down to 32 hit points. And is it going to be enough as the units are still trying to run around? Panda comes out, tries to get a Breath of Fire off, takes down a couple of units in the trade, but loses a level 6 hero in the process as Starbuck still has enough mana, or should have enough mana here for a Stormbolt here in just a moment. There's that Stormbolt, only a level 1 variety, but gonna last long enough. And Starbuck and KraV come out of that fight with a little bit of an advantage, but is it enough? Only the Paladin is left for KraV. Starbuck having 34 supply. Meanwhile, 7 supply going up against 26. And where's all of the gold going? And how are they going to try and hire and get everything back together? More long-distance mining is underway. Meanwhile, trying to take down some of the precious buildings of CH1LLeR, Blood Mage, more Staff of Sanctuary being used, trying to get every ounce of usefulness from these Spellbreakers. Every unit matters so much. Every hit point matters so much. As 4 heroes, 2 Spellbreakers, and 1 Knight venturing forward to try and perhaps stop the Dawn from being able to mine any additional gold here at the 6 o'clock position. Paladin is in position here. Ring of Regeneration is helping him regenerate some of those precious hit points. Gonna go after some of those units. Immolation on Starbuck. Level 6, level 7, level 6, level 5, level 5. Shaman now looking to retreat back here. Meanwhile, Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4. Panda, Pit Lord is all in position. And here we are. We're gonna perhaps see some purging and perhaps see some damage as the Shamans are now looking to retreat back. No more Bears to deal with the Spellbreakers. Only Dryads, and the Dryads do have slow poison. All right, Knight. Is it going to get slowed down? Yes, it is. Slow poison could cause some problems. There it goes, absorbing a little bit more damage. Units are now looking to back away again. This could be the last fight here. Whoever takes control of this fight will perhaps win the game, as we are in that critical stage already. Paladin, well, looking to use that Divine Shield, opening up. Big Breath of Fire opening things up as well. Sorceress number 1 is already down. Sorceress number 2 could get taken down. There's a Storm onto the Panda. Panda needed to use that anti-magic shell. No, it uses Earthstorm and Fire instead, and now going to continue to fight back. Starbuck now trying to retreat back with that Blood Mage, trying to go up against 3 additional heroes. That much more difficult as, well, we see Siphon Mana into the Avatar. Mountain King continuing to get off some very big thunderclaps, and now a Cyclone picking up the Paladin. Blood Mage gets saved at the last possible moment. Level 7 on KraV's. Paladin continuing to try and get off some Holy Lights to save some of the remaining units here, as the Mountain King, well, could be in a little bit of trouble if he's not careful. Down to 108 mana. More thunderclaps. Stormbolt onto the Pit Lord. Pit Lord falls, and I believe Starbuck and KraV are in, well, a great control of this game here, finishing off the enemy heroes one by one. However, well, the Panda is still out here onto the battlefield. We are still dealing with a level 7 and a level 5 Paladin coming in from KraV and Starbuck. Meanwhile, level 6 Panda here could be a problem, as the Mountain King, does he have anywhere to go? Mountain King has a little bit of mana, has a potion of lesser invulnerability. A Paladin does have enough for some holy lights there if necessary. Gonna go ahead and try and engage, turn around, try to fight back, as we're still looking at, well, the units still trying to make their way through. Paladin down, well, still at 1,000 hit points, able to retreat back here. Blood Mage is back out here onto the scene. There's a Siphon mana. Tauren Chieftain has nowhere to run as he gets stunned and blocked in by the Paladin and the other hero. Paladin now continuing to retreat back. Panda now out of mana. Farseer low on mana. Tauren Chieftain low on mana. Blood Mage pretty much doing his job continually as the Mountain King now pushes back on the other side. Are we going to see a Thunderclap? Yes, we are. A little bit more slow. Mountain King could try to get off a Stormbolt here. Is it going to be able to do that? No, it is not. Perhaps a Stormbolt onto another hero indeed. Siphon mana again, as the Tauren Chieftain is continuing to get Holy Lighted and trying to be saved. Mountain King Stormbolt is only the level 1 variety. Doesn't quite deal that much damage. Going to finish off some Dryads, get some guaranteed kills, get some experience, and try to win out the battle that way. All right, more dire wolves trying to dive in on all of those units. More experience going to be given back. Blood Mage is at 5. Paladin is at 5. Invisibility on the Mountain King, as the Mountain King going to lead the charge, perhaps opening things up with a very big Thunderclap. 32 minutes into this game, still no clear-cut winner, as the Dawn really wants to be able to use another Earth Storm and Fire. Mountain King is invisible, and how are things going to go? Siphon mana, there's a Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain unable to use that Siphon or that Stomp to start off the battle, but the Pit Lord is now back out onto the battlefield trying to push back the other side. More Siphon mana, anti-magic potion, quickly stopping that once again. Panda now trying to make its way back off to the north, gets a surround onto the Mountain King. Mountain King is in big trouble. Starbuck is going to be in a little bit of problem. He does have a potion of lesser invulnerability. He should be using it. Holy Light trying to save right there. Siphon mana, perhaps more Thunderclap could be enough there, but the Blood Mage, where is it going? As the Mountain King is still trying to fight its way through. Be okay for now. Difficult to click on him. Where is that Mountain King? Difficult to click on him. There he goes, down to at 1,000 hit points, as a Flame Strike now coming back across there. All right. Chain Lightning on the Mountain King. Mountain King still has a potion of lesser invulnerability. Still fighting here. Siphon more mana. Mountain King could come across with another Thunderclap to try and slow things down. There he goes into Avatar mode. And now trying to finish off all of the remaining units. Mountain King coming back to the other side. Earthstorm and Fire. Blood Mage getting Staff of Preservation again. Holy Light and Divine Shield on the Paladins. But KraV's Paladin now could be in a little bit of trouble. No more Staff of Sanctuaries, or the cooldown is going to be relatively low. Blood Mage not able to funnel any more mana, as KraV finally uses his Divine Shield to try and get the heck out of dodge. All right, that Divine Shield, is it going to last very long? I do not believe so. Only 15 seconds perhaps, as the Pit Lord falls at level 4, followed by a level 7 Paladin now getting taken down as well. All right, level 7 Avatar Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. Holy Light, not quite enough mana. Units are still trying to back away, as CH1LLeR and Dawn seem to be in the driver's seat once more, with just more heroes out here on the battlefield. Farseer pushing back off to the other side. We are looking at the expansion down to the south, still mining away. So Dawn has been able to consistently mine more and more. And I believe Starbuck and KraV were just banking on their hero levels to try and close out the game, and it just did not work. Siphon mana, giving back to that Mountain King. Mountain King could try and go for a Thunderclap here. Perhaps try to go for any additional units. Staff of Sanctuary saves the Paladin, trying to retreat back. There is a Thunderclap there. Mountain King could be in trouble. Is he going to be able to break free? And there is the GG. Starbuck gives the GG. KraV gives the GG. And Dawn and CH1LLeR able to outlast their opponents, even though they had a significantly lower score. Final score, almost 200,000 compared to a combined not even 180. But, well, the final GG, and the score doesn't really tell the entire story, as Starbuck and KraV were pretty much down to nothing, as the Dawn was able to get and just continue to mine much more gold much longer. All right, let's take a look at the heroes, right? Like level 7, level 5 for Starbuck, going up against a 6-4 and a 6-5. KraV having a level 7 hero, but not ever venturing into a second hero. Perhaps a second hero would have helped. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.